What's up, everyone? It's your boy NR2003, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Season 1 of the brand new Amsoil West Series. And we are here at Evergreen and Raceway for the first time ever on the channel. Get used to me feeling that throughout the last 3 months or so of 2023. We are here for the Costco Wholesale 150 for race 1 of 7 for the Amsoil West Series. I'm not I'm in this race 97, aka it's been a little bit since I've done these, but I'm joined by Andrew Miller up here in the booth. And Andrew, welcome to the booth for the brand new Amsoil West Series.
Very sleepy, Andrew, but uh, ready to get this thing underway. Based on what I was hearing about the new track, it is going to be very, very, very tight quarters, possibly even some bumping and rubbing. This is going to be a very interesting race. I've never seen an offline race at this track before, so Nathan, your guess is as good as mine as to what we're going to be seeing as far as results and passing and just pretty much all in all how this race is going to go.
Yeah, Evergreen, we've never been here before. I've never even tried this track out before I came up with this idea for the Amsoil West Series. We got all 7 different unique racetracks here on the schedule. And it's going to be interesting what ends up going down throughout these 7 races. We've got Evergreen, we've got Kern County and Willow Springs, Iowa, Devilsboro, which is a dirt track, Phoenix and Pikes Peak running out the season in December. So 7 unique tracks, and it all starts off here tonight at Evergreen. And let's go ahead and go over the 16 drivers that make up this field. We got some new drivers and some drivers that have been on the channel for a long time, and some drivers returning to the channel. On the pole new uh is one of the new drivers, Dylan Van Walsh, in the number 7. And alongside him, who else? It is the season 1 JBL Cup Series champion Patrick Smith back on the channel for the first time in a handful of years. Quick seeing that in the 54. In the 17, we have Juan Garcia. In the 16, we have Micah Napier in the 16. In the number 6, we have John Andrews. In the 50, we have Seb DePinto, first time driver. In the number 77, we have Ryan Kendall making his return to the channel. We have Anthony Hernandez in the 88. We have the number 13 of Igor Boletto. We have the number 39 of John Stewart. The 99 of Wyatt Walker. The 11 of Sam Oskin. The 4 is Walker Dorn. The 9 is Stephen Collin, who helped out with all of these race logos for all 3 series. So huge thanks to him. The 42 of Ethan Farley, and right out the 16 cars for all 7 races for the Amsoil West Series is the number 31 of John Stewart. The 39 is actually Zachary Fitzwater, not John Stewart. But with those 16 drivers, a lot of newcomers, but a lot of veterans in the field, what do you think these drivers might do in this 7 race chase for the championship?
Well, there's not going to be much time with a short season like that, so you're going to have to um, trying to get results early and get them. You really can't be starting off on the bad foot here with a short championship like this. If you're finishing in the back half of the field in this race, you've already got a mountain to climb. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be short, so it's basically going to be a sprint for the championship with it being that short and with this few drivers. Every position is going to matter, but primarily, as long as you can get in that top 5, you might have a good chance. Below that, you might be climbing some hurdles in order to try to stay in contention.
Yeah, without doubt. Only 7 races and 1 point per position, 1 point for leading lap and 1 point for leading the most laps. Can be very, very tight, especially here in the West Series. And let's go ahead and get these drivers rolling off for the Costco Wholesale 150 at Evergreen. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get these 16 drivers rolling off here to kick off the season for the Amsoil West Series. We got some veterans returning to the channel in a while, and some rookies. Andrew, who do you think will kick off the 7 race fight for the championship here tonight underneath the lights at Evergreen?
If we're looking for a winner, I'm liking the inside lane, and I'm liking the number 6, John Andrews. I think is in a good position, being third on the inside lane. I think that he'll work his way forward from there.
Yeah, I think this might be a common trend. Definitely want to start top 5, top 7 in these races. They are really short, and with them being mostly on short tracks. Dylan Van Welsh and Patrick Smith, a rookie and a veteran, on the front row. A champion versus a rookie as well. 7 races to crown a champion in the Amsoil West Series, and that all starts off right now. And we are going for a race for the Costco Wholesale 150 at Evergreen. A great start for Van Welsh. He will leave lap number 1 here at Evergreen, but he has a very good driver of Juan Garcia in second, trying to chase him down. Battle for third is on between Mike Knapp and John Andrews, and this is something that we might have to watch out for. The outside lane is not really want to be, but there's about a lane and a half that ends up working out. So if you look behind someone, that you could maybe get some cleaner and try to make a move to the inside. Top 3 pulling away, but we are, I think they saved it. No, they did not. Around goes the number 88 of Johnny Hernandez, and that's going to kick off the season with a early caution.
Yeah, I'm honestly not too surprised about that. I mean, short track racing on a very, very short race like this, there's going to be a big sense of urgency, and on the double final start, that honestly doesn't surprise me very much for some early trouble, but that is not how Hernandez wanted to start things off. And, oh, man, also the 11 of Samat Oskin, also going to have a considerable amount of damage. It is a short track, though, so hopefully it won't affect them too badly.
And unfortunately, this spot I was afraid of the start of the race. These guys going full throttle, essentially not wanting to lift, and unfortunately, Austin's going to have to take that 11 car down pit road. A8 is going to stay out on the racetrack. I don't like how the A8 and 13 have color panel numbers, but it is what it is. As I was saying, there's about a lane. There's 2 grooves, but really there's about a lane and a half. And sometimes you can play around that second lane and get a little bit of a 1 and then make a pass, so I have to see of how that ends up booking. But a quick caution here at Evergreen, and let's go ahead and see a lap and bring out the first caution of the Amsoil West Series. Well, here we go. Zachary Fitzroy in the number 39. Still cannot have luck on this channel. He grabs the bumper of the number 88 of Anthony Hernandez. Gets him loose into Ethan Foley. Goes up the racetrack. Fitzroy's going to hit that outside wall. And look at this hit from Anthony Hernandez off the ground. And the 11 hits the underside of the number 88. Great performance from John Stewart. 3 cars involved. Fitzy, Oskin, and Hernandez. We about had a flip here in the first race of the series. What a way to welcome the Amsoil West Series. And unfortunately, tough way for all 3 drivers involved to start off the season on the wrong foot.
If just aggression early on in the race, but yeah, look at this hit right here for Fitzwater. Goodness gracious. Hard to believe that car did not flip. So, yeah, I can't believe that car's still running. Even the 11 for that matter. And 39 also going to have some damage, or excuse me, it was the 39 that ended up hitting the wall pretty good as well. So, like I said, I am not with it. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Yeah, a lucky escape for some, but for 3 drives already, that's going to, as you said, put them on the back foot for this race, and that could even start off their season with a bit of a mountain to climb, as I was talking about earlier.
Only 7 races, and unfortunately, now for Oskin Hernandez and Fitzwater, they will have to bounce back from behind for the next 6 races. Not going to be out, so who knows what else will happen here, but let's go back Green Flag Racing with Dylan Fan Walsh out front here at Evergreen. Welcome back to Evergreen Raceway. We will go back green on lap number 9 of 50 in the Costco 150. It will be Dylan Fan Walsh leading us back to the green. He won the pole, which does not give a bonus point in the 3 August series, but still track position, and he's led every lap so far. Fitzwater, Oskin, and Hernandez are still out on the racetrack, but Oskin has no hood as the result of that first caution of the night. And let's see if Garcia or Mike Knapp has anything to say about this restart from the number 7 on the back green on lap number 9 at Evergreen. Juan Garcia.
Oh man, he's great start.
Garcia with a great start, and DePinto also with a great start, battling for third. Garcia, a former Power Truck Series champion, got a lot more experience than the number 7, and he's going to take the race lead right off the restart.
Hey, Garcia, very experienced offline racer. Obviously, as I said, I've been racing on here a lot, raced on my series quite a few years ago, and plenty of other offline leagues. So no surprise to see that Garcia is up toward the front. But then, yeah, as you said, we got rookies running second and third. So anything can happen, and that always shows in pretty much any race.
Yeah, and we got Micah Knapp, a rookie to the channel as well, 1 in 4th. Ryan Kendall made his return to the channel, 1 in 5th. And 6th, we got Wyatt Walker in the number 99, and then the top 7 is the 13 of Igor Barreto here, and have to watch and see of how this things go, because it might get a little bit hard to pass, but then this is when you can maybe move a little bit higher, move a little bit lower, try to get some clean air. And Juan Garcia has not been able to pull away quite yet from this number 7 of Dylan Fan Walsh, and wanting a little bit higher, and these two Toyotas starting to pull away from the field, but I'm pretty sure Fan Walsh is not done for this race lead.
Right, he's going to try to keep that pressure on there. Maybe we're coming at 15:50, so got a little bit of time. Maybe just trying to feel it out, try to save some tires for the last run. Gives up about a car length there, but yeah, I know that he's going to try to keep that gap as close as he can, and maybe trying to maintain this gap between him and everyone else behind him, because he knows that if he starts racing the 17, then that could possibly open the door for 50 and 16 and possibly others. And I know that that is not something that you want to do, because you want to be able to focus on attacking.
Yeah, without a doubt, and that's going to be something that we are going to have to keep an eye out all season long for all 3 August series, is that there's no pit stops in any of these. So we're going to be on one set of tires, most likely for the entire race, besides if you want to come down under caution or something like that. But if that doesn't happen, these guys are going to be on one set of tires for the entire race, and this race at Evergreen probably going to be one of the longer ones for the West Series this season, so have to manage the stuff here early on. Patrick Smith started second, fell back a little bit, moving his way up through the field in 7th in number 54. Potentially a battle here between the number 77 and the 99. 77 one's high, 99 to the inside. King Hurt trying to take the 5th spot away from Ryan King Hurt.
I think you mean Ryan Kendall.
Ryan Kendall and Flock is easily going to take it. And here's the interesting thing, is that Garcia is trying to pull away from the 7. 7's not really pulling away from the 50 or the 16. Mike and I trying to get to the back bumper, almost moved him out of the way, and that's something that we might have to watch out for with it being a short track. If these drivers get mad at each other for holding them up, they're not afraid to move him out of the way, as I think the 7 just went way wide in 3 and 4, and Garcia is starting to pull away from the field.
That's what Garcia wants, and all thanks to that great restart that he had. Everyone's keeping it pretty clean at the moment. Yeah, 16 trying to maybe just give a little nudge to the 50, just saying like, "Hey, I know what I'm doing here. You're a new guy. Move it." And I know that Mike and Knapp is new to your channel, but I know that he's got a fair amount of experience outside of the channel, so he knows a thing or two.
Oh, 50 ran them wide in 3 and 4. Mike and I might have a 1, not quite. It's a little bit hard to pass here. It's not impossible. But Mike and Knapp, I think, is starting to get a little bit impatient right here. And he's going to send it in 3 and 4. The 50 of Sep is going to run a little bit higher. And now we have a battle side by side for third. And I think the 16 of Mike and Knapp has a fast enough car to maybe challenge the top 2. And he was getting impatient with Sep DePinto. And DePinto's trying to fight on this outside lane, but now he's out of the groove and almost into the outside wall. He is in the outside wall. Oh boy.
Oh, I don't think that Walker's going to be very happy about that, but I think that he's just going to go ahead and make that pass. But man, that 50 is fighting hard there on that outside, but yeah, just massively overdrove at that last corner and starting to pay for it.
Yeah, that's something that we will see all fall and winter long, is that some short tracks without banking on it, where you can make the outside lane work, and some will not. Like Evergreen, this is a flat short track, and these guys have to hug the bottom essentially. And now we got a train of cars catching up to the 50 and the 99 here, led by one Kendall in the 77, the 54 of Patrick Smith, and John Stewart. And this 50, I think, might not have a long one car, because he is getting way up the racetrack almost every turn, and if he's not careful, he might lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more positions, maybe 7 more positions. So Zep DePinto is falling off here halfway through the Costco 150 as the Bill McAnally Racing teammates have gone by, trying to trace down the top 2, but look at the gap that these two have, and look at the gap that Juan Garcia has. 0.77 last time by. I think it was 0.8, so Van Walsh trying to close back down on this number 17, but right now Toyota 1-2 pulling away with 21 laps to go here at Evergreen.
Yeah, Cook Racing Technologies leading at the moment. 7 doing a good job of keeping it clean, just trying to reel them in right now. That gap looking pretty stable, maybe close it back in a little bit. About a tenth that last lap. We'll see what the gap is this time around.
Back up
And it's about 0.7. So it looks like they're kind of in a stalemate here with 20 laps to go. Someone's going to be trying to find something pretty deep in order to get up to that 17. One thing's for sure, they are long gone from the rest of the field.
Yeah, these two are absolutely gone. Mike and App starting to pull away from his teammate. Got a battle back here with both with the one and Zachary Fitzgerald. Fitzy, that I think we are seeing that damage is not really affecting him that bad with being a short track. Still running inside the top 10. And he's going to get another spot here on the number 13. Fitzy might not be too far off. He might still be able to get a top 8 finish with there being 16 drivers in this one. And John Stewart and Patrick Smith side by side. That the top 2 are closing in. It went from 0.8 to 0.7 to 0.6 to 0.7. Now it's down to half of a second. Last time by, and this time by it stayed the same. So maybe the 7 was saving his stuff a little bit while Juan Garcia was pulling away, because it is one set of tires unless you decide to put on the caution. And oh yeah, I think that's exactly what Dan Van Welsh was doing. He might be a rookie, but he's doing some veteran gains, and he just gained another 10th last time by. This thing is far from over.
About 3 seconds ahead of anyone behind him, so he's got nothing to worry about other than just trying to close in on that 17, and that makes a big difference mentally. Knowing that you could just don't even have to worry about that mirror, just look ahead of you and know just what you have to do as another tenth of a second gained there. So, golly, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for the 7 at this point. He gains a little more there. We can see it, but with how quickly these laps are ticking down, 14 to go, I still think it's going to take an awful lot.
One thing I'm noticing is I think Juan Garcia is better in 1 and 2, and then Fame Walsh is better in 3 and 4. He gains a lot every single time in 3 and 4. He did it again. That time he managed to gap in 1 and 2, but he gained a lot in 3 and 4, and it basically stayed the same. It went from 0.40 to 0.41, so only lost a little bit of ground from this number 17. And Juan Garcia is no slouch. He's racing every season of the Power Truck Series in all 4 seasons, and is a 2-season veteran of the JBL Cup Series, so no slouch whatsoever. But he's trying really hard to hold off this rookie up there in Van Walsh, and it's going to be close. It's going to come down to the wire. We only have 11 laps to go at the line, and the 7 is still slowly reeling in that 17. Mike Knapp still pulling away from his teammate. The 50 is still falling back. Well, not really falling back, but still fighting his car as DePinto is under fire from John Stewart. A quiet night from John Stewart, but a great one for him. And here we go. He's going to get to the inside, and the 50 of DePinto about to lose another spot.
Still going to be a good showing here from that 50. Going to get some good points. Even if he falls back to 6th here, as long as he can hold on to that spot, I think that won't be too bad. There's still a hornet's nest behind them, as number 6 trying to work his way forward. Of course, I jinxed yet another pick, but
yeah, it never fails. Johnny and this was the pick, and then oh boy, Fitzy might be a little bit angry. That was close, right there. And that's the thing, the top 2 might be gone, but from 3rd on back, it is still a hornet's nest, and actually, the top 3 are gone. And then 4th on back is still a massive hornet's nest with the rest of the field. And looking back here, the 11 with no hood has managed to get past the AA who about flipped, so damage is not going to matter too much this season, as we can clearly tell here tonight. And down to 0.4 of a second, with less than 7 laps to go at Evergreen, still top 2 battling out.
yeah, gap once again has stabilized. Gap has pretty much steadied between them in 3rd place, and then they're still pulling away from 4th place. So right now, Mike and App just kind of running quietly on his own. These two doing everything that they can to trying to get this win. We're coming to 5 laps to go here. And a great onboard shot here from the number 7. Getting to see exactly what he's seeing in front of him. Just in reach. Trying so hard to get up there, but just not quite able to do it. And I can speak from experience. That is quite the feeling of like, come on, I'm right there. I can get it. But you don't want to completely tear up your stuff and then end up possibly falling back, as it looks like 17 just gained another 10th. So looking like pretty much a stalemate here. 17 is looking good.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, Van Welsh is not going to be enough for him at this point unless something catastrophic happens to Juan Garcia. It happened before, especially on Alex's side in the Wawa Cup Series. His fall from over, but with 3 laps to go, Juan Garcia was to make history once again. Of course, he was the Season 1 Power Truck Series champion, and here tonight trying to win the first ever Amsoil West Series race here at Evergreen. A dominating performance. He got a fantastic restart, and that's what gave him this race victory, I think. Because as long as he didn't get as good of a restart as he did, he wouldn't have dominated. He does run wide, but he's going to take the white flag, and a dominating performance from Juan Garcia. A great showing from Van Welsh, a great showing from Mike Knapp, and potentially a battle for a fourth here. Great one from John Stewart in number 31 as well. Also close with Fan Welsh, but Juan Garcia will kick off the Amsoil West Series with a race victory in the Costco 150 at Evergreen.
Yeah, great performance. All came down to that restart and managed the gap very nicely. Got up to 8 tenths of a second. I'm going to end up right around 7 tenths. Pretty much held his own, and yeah, credit to Van Walsh was keeping him honest and keeping it pretty clean there. So great showing from him. John Stewart definitely had plenty of speed there and catching up to fourth place and almost making the move there. But yeah, as I said, that top half of the field, you got to be feeling pretty good here. Everyone else, and yeah, even a decent recovery there for Fitzwater, finishing 10th. Got some races to go here, but that's going to be a great showing for everyone there in the top five and their championship pursuit.
Yeah, Juan Garcia, great one here tonight. Fan Walsh might be a driver to watch out for this season. Michael Knapp, third, Walker, and fourth, and John Stewart, a quiet one, but ends up getting in fifth. Pat Smith, first start on the channel in a couple of years, gets seventh. Great comeback for Fitzwater. Who knows if you can get hot in the last 6 races, we could come back to this race and say, hey, instead of finishing like 14th, 15th, 16th, he managed to bounce back in 10th after being involved in that first crash and only crash. Fan Walsh cut the race lead down to, I believe, 3 tenths of a second, but that was the closest that he was able to get. So, fantastic drive from everyone here at Evergreen. Not the best of races, but it's a tough track to pass. We saw it here tonight. It was not impossible to pass. These guys could pass, but it's not easy whatsoever. These drivers will take a couple of weeks off here for the West Series, and they will return on October 17th at Kern County in California. And what's the final thoughts here for the season opener and series opener of the Amsoil West Series?
I think this is definitely a good track here. I would love to see it come back here for either this series or really any other series. Definitely some great racing, really, really close, some beating and banging. But only the one caution, and based on what we were kind of talking about pre-race there, Nathan, I was actually surprised that it was only the one yellow. So that's great to see. Of course, congrats to Juan Garcia, veteran getting it done. But then, yeah, a couple of newbies to the channel there, finishing second and third. So I think that's just going to be telling that you never know how much experience is actually going to play into it, or just some new guys coming out and getting the job done. So we're going to have a lot of fun this season, and glad to have been a part of this one. Thank you very much.
It's going to be a great season here for the Amsoil West Series, and these guys will be back on October 17th at Kern County Raceway. That's going to be an interesting one over there. And congratulations to Juan Garcia for winning the first race of the Amsoil West Series. He will also be a point leader going into race number 2. And the points will come up next. And huge thanks to Andy Miller for joining me here in the booth. And until tomorrow night for the Amsoil Arca Series debut at Daytona, the Auto Nation 200, I believe. Maybe 250, I'm not entirely sure. I believe it's 200. Yeah, for the Auto Nation 200 to kick off the season at Daytona. We'll see you guys then. And one more time, congratulations to Juan Garcia winning the Costco 150 at Evergreen. Bye!